What's going on, guys? Got another project working on. A buddy of mine's got an old sled that needs some work. He runs coyotes with hunting hounds, so I'll give you a look at what I'm doing real quick, and then I'll post up some short updates later on when I get back to service, because we're out in the middle of the booties. So, alright, but this is what I got going on. Got a 2000 Skidoo Rotax 500 LC, a rotary valve, 2-cylinder. I already removed the pipe. Got spark plug boots off. Got the air box out. Got the CVT clutch cover off. So we're gonna get going on this. The left cylinder here runs rich no matter what I get. I have swap cards from one side to the other. Tried cleaning the carb prior to that. No luck. Called a cousin of mine. He runs Heights Hudaka in New York. He was giving me some heads up that there might be a center seal, because the vacuum port is that little red clip on the wire down there, or the hose down there. Let's see if I can get it to at least get you a good little shot for a second. Oh, that hose clamp, the red one, that's a vacuum tube. It runs on the right side. This old rotary style. I guess the center seal or the rotary seal goes, and it allows vacuum to go into the other cylinder, and it richens the cylinder no matter what you do. So this is going to be my little project for a few days. So yeah, we're gonna continue here by unplugging everything, and we're gonna unbolt the motor mounts, drain the fluids. We're gonna slide the engine back, get the pulley off there. I don't have a clutch remover, so I'll have to put the engine on the side and try the little Teflon on the bolt trick, and put a little water in the bolt hole and hit it with a little impact there and see if that'll press that off. If not, I got a few old school tricks up my sleeve, so won't be able to pry that primary clutch off there. I gotta replace the oil seals, outers, inner, every seal from the bottom end all the way up. So this is a total rebuild. But I'll get with you here in a little bit, and I'll give you some updates when I'm done. Bye. Okay, so got the carburetors removed. We've got the pulse port that runs the fuel pump. Right here. Got that done. Yep, fuel hoses. I pull back. Snip lines are a little bit hard, so I'm going to have to carefully cut those, and I will remove those. Try to save the plastic piece there. They get brittle. And that's for the primer. It splits off to the two carburetors. I did put a hose inside the oil line, the oil return. Other than that, I got this one from here unplugged from here. This one from down low, down here. That angled one, and then the other one goes to this one here, the triangular one. So that's the process so far. Oh, I had to make sure I put pulled the oil injection line, so that's off. But yeah, we'll get back at you in a little bit. All right, guys. So, let's see, get a little bit further. Found a little surprise too. That's pretty gnarly. It was a rat nest or something underneath there. Oh, got a little oil leakage here. Hang on a minute. Hang on one sec, I'll set this down. Sorry about that. Yeah, we got ourselves a nice little surprise in here. There you go. Primary and secondary clutches look good. We will find out what that looks like tomorrow. I'm gonna have to clean this out, but I set this pull starter off to the side, out of the way. Now you can see what's going on in there. Yeah, unplug the 3 wires there. Vacuum line, get your carburetors off, drain your antifreeze. What I had to do was this steering bolt, I had to take this off, pop this steering assembly up, push the bushing up a little bit so it'd come off the bolt, slip it over to the side, twist it, and then push it down, and that allowed me to use a universal joint on a ratchet and reach that bottom bolt right here in between the starter. I don't have a clutch tool at the moment, so I couldn't remove the clutch to get the 2 bolts for the starter because one of them's blocking it and the other one's real tight. So went through here, did the flat boot mount, and then that one too, so I can pick the motor up and then slide it out, because the studs aren't like straight up, they're kind of at an angle. You can't just pick the engine up, you'd have to take these ones off and then kind of like jimmy the engine out forward and up at the same time. So, but yeah, oh, I don't know, we'll get back to doing more of this stuff later, but we'll go over here and there she is. I'll spin her around. Sorry about the screechy bit, but rotary valve, rotary intake valve in there. It's a little Touring 500 LC, so it does have adjustable variable exhaust valve. These guys here, they go up and down, and they adjust the height and the height of the exhaust port for better performance all the way around your RPM range. But we'll go get the $30 puller tomorrow, and we'll get back to you then. Okay, guys, I'm gonna run into a little snag, as is with all this COVID crap we got going on, but I got about 2-3 day wait on a complete gasket kit, oil seals. I've took the time to clean this out. Got that rat nest up out of there. Let's turn the light on here so you guys can see a little better maybe. There you go. Yeah, and clean the belly pan out. You had that big old rat nest down in there. I had to wipe some of this other crap up, but I will have to get back after this again next time I'm in. This sled here, I unbolted the mount itself, only the bolt on that mount, or the nut on that one, and then I left that bracket and this bracket on the motor plate itself and undid those bolts, slid the engine forward. But this side here, I don't have the clutch puller, so what I had to do was pop this up, the steering arm here, and take that nut off, pop that up, and then I kicked everything down like I said earlier in the video, and then this tie rod was out of the way so I could get a universal in the corner here. But we'll go over to the motor real quick. It doesn't look too bad, so But I'm glad we got the rat nest out of there. So this is kind of actually a good thing that this just took it apart. Here we go. But I left the pull starter on the sled itself. Just took those off and set that aside in the hole. And like I said, we have a little connector. That's the angled one. There's the triangular 3-point deal looking one, and then there's that big one. This one comes off easiest first, and then you take this little guy off next. And then you'll have to reach around the back side of the motor where the carbs used to be to pull that one out. But like I had said, that's the front of the motor. Here's this is like the back of it. When you sit on the sled, this is the part that sits towards you. So rotary valve, there's no reeds. It's not a piston port style. So we've got a rotary valve in there. It's like a half moon shaped disc that spins around, and it opens up one and then the other port simultaneously. But you can see this is the pulse port. It only runs on the right cylinder. And my buddy told me that the seal on this rotary valve shaft goes, or the center seal on the crankshaft, and that allows excess fuel and stuff to always go in here no matter what you do. But I have compression up top on both sides, 120. This side is not making any suction. On the bottom, when I put my hand on the carburetor, it wasn't affecting the engine. It would still run, but as soon as I put my hand on the right cylinder, it would suck my hand right to it. So that tells me we've got a leak in this bottom end. So we got either this oil seal on the outside, which I don't think, but I think it's actually going to be a combination of this one and possibly this rotary valve seal. But I will get back on progress on that. It'll have to be about a week maybe, and then I'll come back down to New York to finish this job for my buddy. And until then, I'll start putting up some other videos and stuff, and we'll see what else we can get going on. But I also got email back from the people of Bikes in the Valley. They're hosting races over at Lebanon Valley in New York. So we're going to take something like this sled motor, and we're going to stick it in a small lightweight bike frame, homemade, and we're going to bring it down the track. I guess from what I'm hearing, I'm going to have to go in the Pro ET class. It's pretty much run once you're brung. So it's a tough group to run with. It's going to be my first group I'm running with, and hopefully we'll be good. I want to make sure my bike's running 9.2 or less in a quarter mile. So that's quite a steep achievement and goal, but that would be a really big achievement for myself. So, but hopefully you guys are all doing good, and you guys can catch up with me later, and we'll get back on this project, and we'll have some more stuff up for you too. But peace out, YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thanks.